of a deal to secure a ceasefire and hostage release after 15 months of devastating war that has left Gaza home to 2.3 million in Palestine in ruins. Details in this report.
Israel and Hamas have agreed to a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal, as confirmed by mediators Qatar and the United States. The agreement, set to be implemented in 3 phases starting on Sunday, was approved by the Hamas group on Wednesday. In the first phase of the deal, there will be a 6-week initial ceasefire, a gradual withdrawal of Israeli forces from central Gaza, and the return of displaced Palestinians to northern Gaza. Additionally, the deal stipulates that 600 truckloads of humanitarian aid will be allowed into Gaza daily during the ceasefire, 50 of which will carry fuel. Of those, 300 trucks will be allocated for northern Gaza. Hamas has agreed to release 33 Israeli hostages. In return, Israel will release 30 Palestinian detainees for every civilian hostage and 50 Palestinian detainees for every Israeli female soldier released by Hamas. Furthermore, Israel has committed to releasing all Palestinian women and children under the age of 19 detained since October 7, 2026 by the end of the first phase. Addressing the press, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres welcomed the agreement, praising the mediators Egypt, Qatar, and the United States for their dedicated efforts.
I welcome the announcement of a deal to secure a ceasefire and hostage release in Gaza. I commend the mediators, Egypt, Qatar, and the United States of America, for their dedicated efforts in brokering this deal. Their unwavering commitment to finding a diplomatic solution has been critical in achieving this breakthrough. I call on all relevant parties to uphold their commitments and ensure that this deal is fully implemented. From the outset of the violence, I've called for an immediate ceasefire and the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages. Our priority now must be to ease the tremendous suffering caused by this conflict. The United Nations stands ready to support the implementation of this deal and scale up the delivery of sustained humanitarian relief to the countless Palestinians who continue to suffer. It is imperative that this ceasefire removes the significant security and political obstacles to delivering aid across Gaza so that we can support a major increase in urgent life-saving humanitarian support.
Guterres stressed that the humanitarian situation in Gaza is at catastrophic levels. He called on parties to ensure the rapid, unhindered, and safe delivery of humanitarian relief to all civilians in need.
The humanitarian situation is at catastrophic levels, and I call on all parties to facilitate the rapid, unhindered, and safe humanitarian relief for all civilians in need. From our side, we will do whatever is humanly possible, aware of the serious challenges and constraints that we face. But we expect our efforts to be matched by other humanitarian actors, the private sector, and bilateral initiatives. This deal is a critical first step, but we must mobilize all efforts to also advance broader goals, including the preservation of the unity, contiguity, and integrity of the occupied Palestinian territory, because Palestinian unity is essential for achieving lasting peace and stability, and I emphasize that unified Palestinian governance must remain a top priority.
International aid agencies have welcomed the deal and pledged to scale up their work in Gaza. European leaders have also expressed hope that the first phase of the agreement could serve as a stepping stone towards lasting peace between Hamas and Israel. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am